Alright, sorry, so again, I just wanted to ask if we can record this, just for our, for everyone's understanding and everything. And if you don't mind giving me your name again.
Dr. Rahim, R-E-H-I-M.
Great, thank you.
Are you able to look at his chart?
So yeah, you have my charts in front of me.
In front of you.
In front of you.
I'm here to listen to your concern.
No, we want
Yeah,
do you have
yeah,
our
because
chart?
if you could pull up the chart in front of you as well, I think that you can really see some of the concerns, like, blaringly jump out. We also listed...
that he's telling me exactly what happened to you.
Yeah.
I'm here to listen to
Thank
your
you.
side of the story.
Thank you. Okay, so
First of all, are you able to look at his charts, or were you able to review his charts at all, so that way it won't be so confusing when we describe everything?
yeah, 'cause it's kind of a...
Yes, I have the ability to do that. But like I said again,
Okay.
and I'm repeating myself, I'm here to listen to your side of the story and your concern.
I finally appreciate that. So my major concern is, I, without medical justification or legal justification, had my 14th Amendment rights violated.
TC.
I was involuntarily committed, based off of, for no reason. Some of your doctors, for instance, I guess we can begin with, they say that I overused prescribed medication in commitment paperwork, correct? I would like to know what that is based off of.
So you have a concern that
That is our
some of
initial
the
concern.
information not accurate? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have a concern that this entire process is a result of, mental biases in the system, and truthfully, nobody is listening at all.
Okay.
Except for you, right now. Thank you. So yeah, my first concern, again, would be, what was the doctor's words, overusing prescribed medications based off of? Because that was used as part of my involuntary commitment. Because the
Just
blood
let him answer that. Just let him answer, please.
and urine results disagree.
So if I hear you correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you believe that the information was not accurate and he treated you based on that information?
No, sir. I'm asking you to review the charts with me as a doctor and tell me, please, this is one of my concerns. One of the statements that one of your doctors made, many of the statements that your doctors made, it got me involuntarily committed. These were baseless, negligent, like not even... they don't make sense.
For
So I'm asking
someone to
I'm asking for you to please explain
That
medically, what happened, why these diagnoses, what your doctor, as a patient.
Yeah, usually the law says that if someone is present dangerousness to self or others, or not really able to function well due to mental illness, mental symptoms, psychiatric symptoms, and refuse to be in the hospital voluntarily, obligated to put them in the hospital and treat them.
So,
Okay.
like I said, I'm aware of that law. Thank you for going
Okay.
over that. But however,
Can you review his charts and explain to us?
yeah, please, can we go over as
those-
patients the diagnosis? Why your doctor wrote these words, where it even came from. Because, we filed formal grievances since June 11th now? And weeks before that, I was trying to contact the doctor, leaving messages just before it even got to this point. So, again, just concern number one, where does the overusing prescribed medication come from?
When you say overuse, you base that on what?
One moment, I'll grab your doctor's words so that I can,
Yeah.
since you have access to the charts as well. The commitment papers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me read here. Okay, so the patient, again, I'm going to go over the ED in CS emergency department contained. These are the notes. These are your doctor's words. It says patient paranoid, which, I think we'll come back to a few of these. Believes he and his family are in danger. Patient is overtaking prescribed medications. Not sleeping. Lost a significant amount of weight over 1 month. So, one concern again is your doctor stated, and I'm asking as a patient even, patient is overtaking prescribed medications. Where is that coming from?
It must be in the history with the referral.
There was no history pooled.
No, we usually do.
There was a blood test. There was, in fact, a blood test taken and a urine test taken, and that blood and urine test disagree with these statements. And I'm sure that you have those charts in front of you as well.
Okay. All right, keep going, please.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's just.
So, Gabby, get me the charger, my laptop,
I don't know
please.
where that charger is.
Get me my laptop. My whole laptop. Thank you. So, the next one would say, lost a significant amount of weight over 1 month. So, I explained that I spent time in the hospital about a month beforehand. I had records of that. I had gastrointestinal issues. I had follow-ups for endoscopies. Why is this a danger to self? Why is this considered dangerous to self but not suicidal? I can provide you guys all this. Why was this written when I explained this?
Okay, so now I got
My personal
the
laptop.
description of being paranoid, the weight loss,
My
and
laptop with everything
overuse
plugged in.
of prescribed medication.
My laptop.
Okay. What did you say?
Has a little
Go downstairs
black
and
plug.
get it. Go in the-
Sorry.
You mentioned three things. You mentioned that there was a claim that you are paranoid, worry about
Yes.
your family.
Yeah, so,
There was
okay,
the weight
yeah.
loss,
So the weight loss,
and there
not
was
sleeping.
overuse of prescribed medication.
No, these are not my claims. These are your doctor's claims.
Right, yeah. You are disputing those claims.
No, I'm asking you to explain where these claims came from, medically, and why.
Okay,
So I can
what
explain
else?
in terms of the patient paranoid. Let's talk about that one on the dangerous to self and not suicidal, whatever your doctor wrote here. So, I repeatedly explained a scenario that would make any reasonable person under the same circumstances act reasonably. This was not paranoia. I explained some pretty severe and, scary situations. Somebody showed up to our house. Our neighborhood. We live in a nice neighborhood. Dressed in all black and recorded us one night, during this.
We made a police report because our neighbor, who's a DC police officer, was there at the time too, tried to chase this man who was trying to take a video. So there was events that leaded up to this that were actual events.
And everything was
that
deemed a
caused-
hallucination.
Yes.
or paranoia or grandiose. And I'm wondering what fact check or what domain expert or what, due diligence, if any, was done to verify that in fact my family was not in danger and I was in fact telling, hallucinating or whatever your doctors were saying. Because I repeatedly asked both your doctors and, Center State, if you would look at the laptop that was within all of your possession. If you, 2 minutes,
you would have
you could have grabbed it, you could have seen all of these substantiated facts.
Yeah, the seriousness of the event.
So, right now, paranoia is gone.
Drove to...
Believed he and his family are in danger. Well, that's explainable. Patient is overtaking prescribed medications. There's no explanation for that other than your doctor wrote that. And I'm trying to understand where it came from because the medical, the blood and urine tests disagree. Not sleeping. I, lifelong, I hardly sleep. And nobody sleeps. It's common. But I sleep, as much as anybody else. Lost a significant amount of weight over 1 month. Once again, I have medical records explaining why I lost that weight. If we're going to check off the next box, if you're ready to continue, it says dangerous to others. So, your doctor wrote in here, patient drove wife and 6-year-old daughter from MD to NJ, believing his previous employed was going to harm his family.
False.
So, this is literally a false statement.
We did not go from Maryland to New Jersey. We went to Maryland to Pennsylvania, where my husband went to go return his employee laptop.
Company property.
Which they refused to take.
Which they refused to take. Which they refused for me to even drop off with the police. Which they made me hold on to. Now, the reason that they did that is I strongly believe, again, these were extraneous events.
Know the whole situation, but it's
I
false.
said the FBI was involved. I said that I stated that. Well, that actually occurred. There was a severe data leak, and I've confirmed that with Valvoline, and I can prove that to you as well. So I'm wondering, please, what
happened?
What happened here?
Yeah. Well, I think, I can probably, go back and talk to the doctors and the screener and find out about, the issue with the weight loss and the paranoia. But I cannot really do anything about the FBI involvement.
Oh, don't worry, because I filed a formal grievance. And again, because your doctor said that I could, I was grandiose. I was believing all these things, making this stuff up, believing my family was in danger, correct? So what is believing he and his family are in danger based off of? The facts that I just mentioned, the circumstances that your doctor would have, in good faith verified before writing this, before committing somebody? Or what? Why would this be on the... What can you do about that, sentence? Believe he and his family are in danger. Because again, I can show you everything.
Someone who physically appeared, and we have a police report.
They continued to harass us after. You'll also see in the charts, it says I have dentures.
You were concerned about your family, but you believe it was for a legitimate reason.
No, I didn't believe. This was a legitimate reason, sir.
All right.
Are you a domain expert? Have you worked in technology?
What type of technology?
Every type of technology.
Okay, tell me.
I don't know. I worked at Deloitte, PwC, 160/90. I built, custom projects for the government. A lot. Right now, I'm a software architect, a financial, personal, lending company. So I have a wide array of domain exposure. The domain that I was in was advertising, and we had projects that had substantial hundreds of millions of dollars worth of, data security breaches. I reported this. If you worked in the domain and you listened to your patients, then you would understand that this is not I'm doing my job.
Okay.
This is not some paranoid delusion. There was somebody in our development, and I can show you the police report that we called, dressed in all black. So please,
And
again,
our neighbor
if you,
who's a DC police officer.
if there was
Saw it
due
too.
diligence done in any of this scenario, if anybody took a single second to look at the laptop where all this evidence
Or actually
existed,
call the wife and get full story.
yeah,
Wouldn't tell
this
me
is wild.
anything.
I'm also trying to understand, why we have not got this. You're the first one calling us back.
We sent a formal grievance. You still there?
If you're still there.
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening to you.
Oh no, yeah. So if we've talked quite a bit. Do you have any answers for any of those?
I have to go back.
Well, I'm going to go back to, all the records and the team and find out, but I needed to hear it from you first.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
There's dentures.
Yeah, in my medical report it says I was, my valuables, dentures.
Sent with dentures.
How often does this occur?
You say what you say. Oh, and also,
can you-
if a child is involved, ask that one.
Also,
If a child
it says, okay, so if a child is involved, aren't there a number of, past medical records you're supposed to look into, verification, and aren't I supposed to have counsel at that point in a proceeding? If your doctor writes that down, that a child is involved as a reason for dangers to others? Because that did not occur. Why did that not occur in this scenario?
Are you talking about,
In the civil commitment
taking your
process.
child from Maryland to Pennsylvania or
exactly.
something else?
Well, yes, your doctor wrote down
With
in
danger
part
to others.
danger to others. One moment.
drove.
Gabby, I can read. It said, patient drove wife and 6-year-old daughter from MD to NJ, again, which is false, believing his previous employee was going to harm his family. And this is a checkbox next to dangerous to others. So, if that is in fact the case, and it mentions a 6-year-old, aren't there other things that are supposed to occur in this involuntary commitment process? Because remember, I voluntarily went in for a medical assessment to Center State.
Yes. He willingly.
Willingly.
What was the reason that you went to Central State?
A medical assessment.
Yeah, for what reason?
A medical assessment.
I thought he was gonna. I thought he was he was gonna get Xanax.
I can hear you. Because I think your wife is also talking, right?
Yeah, she's thinking that I was going to get a Xanax
And come home.
and come home. I'm thinking I'm going to get a Xanax and come home. Because honestly, I just called the police, I made the report, and then, everybody thinks that these are hallucinations, grandiose, etc. because of the mental bias in the system. But again, these are not really what we called to talk about. I'm trying to figure out, as a patient, what occurred. Why these diagnoses were made. What happened here.
How can you say someone has lab results?
So Dr. Fabian got involved based on the information that Central State collected, and they made a request for the screening center to send a screener and then a psychiatrist. That's how it works.
Okay, but
So a lot of
still,
information was obtained by Central State.
so it was obtained by Center State. Okay, so
Yeah.
your doctor wrote this under, his, signature.
Right.
It says, I understand that I am, what punishment occurs if they falsify this? Because again, before I sign anything in technology, I ensure that, it's true. Your doctor wrote these words. These are not Center State's words.
We had to do
These are his words. This was his screening. This was his diagnosis. And this is his signature stating that if these, diagnoses, statements, or anything are false, then he's subject to punishment.
How do you explain the lab results
Please explain.
over prescribing medication?
No, those are mutually beneficial. Mutually exclusive. Your doctor wrote these things. Center State is a mutually exclusive story. Right? In the commitment
Okay,
paperwork
so
there?
I'm gonna take a look at all this, but do you have any other concern? I want to get everything that you need to know about.
Yeah, so, why does it take that, again, why has it taken this long to speak to a doctor for any of this?
Well,
And
there's
in
so
what
many
time,
people-
and no, I understand there's many people,
involved, and
but, you all made this decision and took me away from my family without without a second thought. There was no time span. There was no 45 days. There was no patience, except for me being patient the entire time. And you'll see that. It says oriented time. I was alert, oriented, intact, resting calmly, everything.
Now you have severe PTSD from this.
Yeah. So when can I expect some answers? Because this should be black and white to doctors, to me. No? I can tell you tell you everything about my job.
okay.
These are medical records. You called to explain them. Please explain them. Somebody must be able to.
And then,
So you want some answers of why those things and where they came from, right?
Yeah, the lies and what the punishment is going to be and repercussions and how we're going to fix this.
Well, we're not going to do punishment unless there is a mistake.
Exactly. But we have already outlined there are clear mistakes. I did not drive my...
I understand that's your perception and that's your, opinion on it.
Exactly.
But we still have to do it from the, medical point of view.
Okay, so I filed a formal grievance on June 11th. When will that grievance from the medical report, be finished? Because I understand that you have 45 business days, generally. 7 days to respond, and we haven't responded 7 within, the response of the 7, and we haven't got a response within the 30. So I understand.
go back to the...
I think other people have communicated with you.
No.
We haven't gotten anyone has spoken to us at all. No one has reached out to us. We haven't, so we actually had a formal grievance with Central State. They already sent us a formal apology, and they did respond within their appropriate time. They responded within 7 days and then with 30. We haven't received anything from Monmouth.
The New Jersey State Police and the Attorney General have responded back to us?
We also got a response from the
Can one of
New Jersey
you
Police.
talk because I can't really hear you on both.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I was saying, so we also filed one with, a couple other parties, and the New Jersey State Police and the Attorney General, have responded.
And they're doing that.
I'm still trying to understand why you all haven't.
Okay.
Because, I understand you're going to talk to people. There's a lot of people involved, but again, I'm the sole provider for my family. I'm permanently affected because of this. I'm calling you today during work, you're calling me today during work, which is fine. We need to have this conversation, But when are resolutions going? When are we going to hear back?
Okay. I'm gonna start actually today communicating with other people and Dr. Fabian himself as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should I expect a call back or any follow-ups, within...
No,
I don't want to bother you.
No, I will definitely. I have your number.
I know, but so honestly, I've heard that every single, even your hospital has told me they're going to call me back several times and nobody has. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to your call back, but I don't think, hopefully you do.
Yeah, I will, definitely talk to, several people and who are involved in addition to administration and other people as well.
Oh, thank you.
And then we'll get back to you either a phone call or writing. It depends on what I'm going to find out.
Okay, well, we appreciate it. We were just confused to why there was such a delay.
And on top of that,
I think there was so many complaints, and because it wasn't really. If you were at Monmouth Medical, I would have everything all together at once.
Yep, there's so many people involved.
Started in Central State.
So many people involved.
Okay, well...
But I'm going to be involved on the Monmouth Medical part of it.
Yep, thank you. I mean, if you guys could communicate with Central State too, it might be helpful. Apparently back then you guys were able to, in arranging, all
Yeah,
of it.
I'll take a look at everything.
Thank you. And again, sorry for any animosity. This is our first time speaking with each other. This is a very,
it's
stressful
messed
experience.
with us, like this has really affected us.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
When you get your freedoms just taken away for 7 days for no reason at all, and nobody gives answers at all.
It's been, not.
It's not something that should happen in America, especially when...
All right, well, thank you so much.
Yep.
We look forward to
You're
hearing
welcome.
back from you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
Bye now.